Hello everybody! Today for Sunday Fun Day, we're going to see how I draw a racing turtle. Just so you know, there's a coloring book that you can get through Amazon. Just follow the link in my description and you can get a coloring book to show me how you color to how I draw. Okay, pencils first and then Sharpies. So if you don't want to watch the pencil portion of the video where I sketch the entire thing out, look in the description and you'll find a link that you can click on that will take you to the Sharpie portion of the video. There we go. I'll even include one for color. But for those of you that are going to stick around, I'm going to start off with a quick sketch for myself and get us going. Ooh, let me find a picture real fast. Alright, so it's not a picture of, like, this turtle, but it's a picture of a turtle, so I can make sure I get all the specific details in. And what I'm trying to do is kind of come up with something fun and cool, so, you know, it's not a turtle like this. It's me, you know, drawing what I would consider a speedy racing turtle. Okay? Okay, so that being said, we got some decisions to make. I think I'm going to give him a little bit of hands. I think it would I don't know what the word is I'm looking for. It's not solidify, not create. Well, I guess it was create. I'm creating a running look, and so by doing that, I'm kind of going with that. He's got kind of, his hands are clenched. You know, they're running. He's in a big running position. I don't know what I'm trying to say here, but I'm just saying that I think he would look good with hands, because it would look like when you're running and your hands are doing this, you know, it conveys an emotional state, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And as artists, we are responsible for not interpreting or we are responsible for creating the not even emotional state, but the look and the feel for what we're going for, you know? So it's up to you to do what you got to do, to place what you got to place, to make it look like what you're going for. And that's what I'm trying to say. That's long story short, too late. What I'm trying to say is that's why I'm giving him not really fingers, but like some running, grasping hands, just to exaggerate the emotion that I'm trying to convey with his running. And we're giving him robotic legs. That's going to be more of the running style. Ooh, let's do that too. I'm going to give him like a spring-loaded heel. You know, something crazy, something fun. That old rabbit doesn't know what he's in for, right? I'm going to draw a big old running turtle. And he's more of a sprinting. He's kind of, you know, taking off. That's kind of what I'm going for. Okay. Like this. Running, sprinting heel. And, okay, so yeah, so it's going to be robotic legs. So we're going to make up, I did it for Grievous, and who else did I do robot stuff for? I don't know, it's all blending right now, it's all blurring together. We're going to make up a little robotic stuff, because that's the nice thing is, again, we're making it up. This is how we draw, right? This is how I draw. You draw how you draw. We'll meet somewhere in between. But this is us creating whatever we want. So I get to make like some kind of robotic looking parts. Alright, looking good. Okay, let's give him like a little scarf, like a little racing scarf. I know those don't exist, there's no such thing as a racing scarf, but it's going to give us flow and movement. That's what we're going for. Alright, so this is not bad. How's yours coming out? Are you sketching too? You don't have to. But, you know, if you want to, go for it. It's gonna look cool. All right, so there we go. He's kind of in a taking off position. You know what I should do? I should do some turtles that are teenagers, and you know, maybe mutant, and maybe you know, ninjas. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I like playing on words, so I don't really draw them specifically, but like when I did Batman, I did a man who was kind of a bat, you know, that kind of thing. So maybe I'll do that. I'll play on that idea. All right, I think I'm ready. I'm going to switch over to the Sharpie, but before I do, I want to erase some of these sketches because all I need are the confidence lines. I don't need all those sketch lines. It took me a little bit to get there. I had to throw a few lines down, but in the end, my paper's not even down right. And then I got to tape my paper down too. It's going all kinds of crazy wacky. But in the end, all I need are the confident lines. And what I mean by that is, the first few lines I threw down, there were sketches. I was just trying to find where it was, you know, a good location. As I got confident with the drawing, I started pressing down harder. My lines got thicker. And so when I go to erase, the sketch lines disappear, but the confident lines, it takes a little bit more pressure to erase them. So they'll stick around so I can pretty much trace over them. And that means we're working with confidence, not with sketchiness. And that's how you want to live your life. Always work with confidence. Alright, so there we go. Let's welcome everybody that skipped over to this section to get going. Alright. Welcome, skippers. Welcome to the Sharpie portion of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe because I do a different drawing every day. You can join along and have some fun. I'm going to be using a Sharpie fine point and a Sharpie pen. Mostly the fine point, but the pen's a little finer than the fine point. It can find things that a fine point can't quite find. I've sketched the entire thing out. I've erased a majority of it, but left myself a good ghost of an image that I can use to guide me. And I'm going to start with the Sharpie pen. Sharpie fine point, and add some tiny little details with the pen. This is big enough that I don't have to worry about too much tiny stuff. But we're going to have some fun. So, I've got him turned. He's kind of running this way. So his head is going to be kind of like this at an angle, alright? So his eyes are going to be here on the sides. And just remember that it's not facing you, it's turned like that. So, let's draw an eye first, and we'll build off of this. Okay? And so he's going to have, let me do this too. He's going to have like a, you know, some lids and like a little bulbous looking, I guess lid. But I wanted to do this so you understand why I'm doing it over here too. So just understand that that's big and round. And if this is the eye, this is going to be over it, okay? So whenever we draw the head, I'm going to go ahead and draw the side here and build up. So I'm going to do like this. Now that's where the head is in the middle part, and then now we're going to draw part of that eye. So it's, like I said, it's kind of bulbous and round. We're going to do that. So see how it's sticking out? That's what we're going for. That's why I wanted to draw that first, so you see where we are. And I'm going to go ahead and just draw the entire head as a circle because I'm going to have him wearing like a scarf. So technically it's cut off. We do have, well, his head's not cut off, but we do have an end line is what I'm trying to say. So, I forgot to tape down my paper. Hang on. I said I was going to do that. And it all shifted and jumped. Alright. Taped. Good to go. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and draw the edge. Doing a little bit of a mouth like that. And so, let's go ahead and draw that mouth. Kind of get a little bit of a smile, okay? Now, he does have really cool scales and things like that. So we're not going to impede those. We're going to draw a little bit of a nostril here, like that. And this will guide us as to where these, what did I just say? I lost my words already. Scales, that's what it is. That will guide us where the scales are going to be. But I want to do those with color. So I don't want to add too much, because I want it to be highlighted with color. So see, that's what I was talking about. So now we've got like a bulbous looking eye, like a round part that's coming off his head, like that. Okay? Awesome. How's yours coming out? Cool. Alright, so we'll do a little stuff like this just to add some texture. Alright, so I said I was going to give him like a scarf, And earlier I called it a running scarf, but I mean, there's no such thing, right? It's just whatever we create. So I'm going to do something like this. And we're going to say the scarf is wrapped around and coming out. So we'll do something like that, just to say that it's flowing freely with his run. We're going to do that and say it's wrapped up and doing one of these. All right, so we got that flow, right? Here, let's accent it a little bit. Just like that, just a little bit of a line just to show that it's cloth, you know. But we're not going to go too far. We're not going to do a whole bunch. We want color to do it and accent itself, right? All right, so now that we have those stop points, I can go ahead and continue and say that it's just wrapped around his head like that. So there you go. That's what I meant by cut off, that you can see the end lines from where the scarf is, okay? All right, so, oops, I lost my picture. Okay, so I've got him in a running position, so this arm is forward, this arm is back. Whenever you run, do you realize this, that when you run, like whichever arm is forward, the opposite is the same with your legs? So if your right is forward, your left leg is forward, that kind of thing. That's what we're going for, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and draw like the edge of his shell, something like this. I did that so we can draw where his arms start. So I'm gonna do something like this. And I want to draw muscles and stuff like that, but it's a turtle. So I'm kind of blending real and animal. So it's anthropomorphic. Is that what it's called? Where we're giving an animal human features. All right. So I've got him in kind of a fist, but he doesn't have fists, right? Because it's a turtle. So it kind of almost, if it's one flipper and it's kind of curled back like this, kind of like because he's running and fierce and he's tense, right? So that's kind of what I'm going for here with his arm, okay? And he's got those edges, and I want to draw it so bad. I want to draw it for the scales that I was talking about, but I think it would be better if we do it with color and just let that kind of, here, we'll do this. And we can do a little something, but let that be accented by color, because I think it's going to look really good if we do that. Okay? All right. So obviously there's the edge of his shells. I mean, a turtle doesn't have, it's not completely closed. It's open a little bit, and you can see all the musculature right there where it's connected. So we're going to do something like that, okay? Then we'll draw the back of his shell once we define a few more things. So that being said, here's the front of his shell, and we'll say it's like this, going down to his leg, okay? And that's where all the middle meat is. That's where he's coming out of his shell, right? That's what that whole statement's about. Okay. So, let's see. Now I could do the front, because I know it's going to be something like this. There's the edge of his shell. And again, we're pretty much drawing that right there. That's what we're kind of accenting. And again, this arm, I'm just going to draw, let me close this off, the flipper / human style fist. Okay? Just to show you what I'm talking about. See, so it's kind of like as if he has a whole hand flipped over like that, but no fingers, you know? But tense running style. There we go. Does that make sense now? Do you see it? Okay, again, I want to do a lot there, but I think color is going to really make it stand out, so I'm going to wait to do that, all right? Okay, so now that we've got some defined edges, I'm going to go ahead and draw the edge of his shell, the front of it, so to speak, and that's where his leg's going to be, and the other leg's back here. So, let me go ahead and do the back of his shell real fast, just so you see where we are. I'm going to stop right there because I've got some drawing that I want to get to before I go too far. Okay, so we're giving him robotic legs. That's the other thing. Something crazy is we're going to have a little fun with robotics. So I get to make up all this. I remember what it was. I was trying to remember in the sketch what I was doing, why I said when you make up little parts like this, it's exactly right. You're making it up, so no one can tell you you're wrong. You're designing this. All right, I'm going to give him a knee right here. And for his knee, I'm going to do something like this. And plan on extra little robotic parts. Okay, so that's why I just kind of stopped and skipped and did stuff like that. So now we're going to do stuff like this. Now, I kind of have a sketch of an idea of what I'm doing, so I'm just going to come in here and do this. And that'll help me just to design something metallic, robotic. Okay, let's see how I did this. Did I do this right? That'll work. So let's just do something like this. I didn't really plan. I should have planned it a little bit better that they're going to connect, but that's all we're going for, like a ribbed metal part. Okay, so it's not perfect, but that's okay. That's all right. Because again, this is how we draw, right? We're designing whatever we want in some kind of robotic running metal parts. Okay? Alright, so basically this leg is bent in, this one is stretched out. Alright? So let's do something like this. We're just going to do... and I'm making this up. I'm just going to draw a few little lines just to try to come up with a crazy... this is what a robotic racing turtle leg would look like, you know? Ooh, I know what I was going to do too. I designed like a spring, so let's do this. Kind of like a springed heel. And then I'm going to draw some pointy toes. We're going to give him 2 toes. Like this. Another one like this. Okay. Now I'm going to come back and add just a little bit of what might be the top, you know, a little bit of connection. And also I'm going to break up the profile. So I had thick, so I added just a little bit of thin just to make it different, just to, like I said, to break it up, to make it looking robotic. All right, let's see. Let's also do this. That'll kind of make it techie and sci-fi, right? Robotic. All right, so there we go. We don't have to do too much, but just enough to make it look like it's some kind of robot parts. Okay. So now we're going to do the same thing, but stretched out this way. So what I did here was I just kind of connected it like this, and we don't have it inside here, so we're doing whatever we want. So I'm just going to do something like this. Maybe we'll plan on that going into his leg with a big round part there, and then we're going to do the curved, what did I call it? Ribbed metal parts. How many did we do? Well, we'll say we can't tell because it's so back behind his leg that we can't see. So we're going to do however many we want. But I want to try to do the same amount over here now that I'm thinking it through. So I've got 6, 6, 3, 4, do a smaller one. Like that, 6. All right. Now let's connect them. And you can go even further. You can draw like a third level, like making it really 3D looking. I mean, we should, but it's okay. You get the point, you're right. No one's going to look at it and say, what is that? And even if they do, yeah, good for them. Glad you're trying to figure something out. Good for you in questioning life, right? Alright, and that's where it's going into his leg. And so we're going to do something like that. Try to just figure out what we did there. We got some kind of little what do you call it? Not pivots, but divots, grooves, edges. And again, see how I'm doing this stuff? I'm just making up, like, ooh, what if I had this? And what if it had that? So I'm just adding extra little things. Now I'm going to add a wire. Something like this. And I wanted to do it with a smaller Sharpie to accent, to complement it. So we got, like I said, we got all these thick lines. Then we just do something like that just to kind of break it up and complement the thickness. Okay? All right. So that's what I was talking about, that I saw my sketch and I realized, ooh, I better stop before I accidentally draw through it, because I don't want to draw through that line. Right? Okay. There we go. There we go. So let's try to do something like that over here, but at a different angle. So I'm going to draw these, whatever these are. I'm going to draw them first. So I'm going to kind of come out and do one of these. Do another one like this. And again, I don't really know what they are. I'm just making this up, so I'm not wrong. And that's the nice thing about making stuff up is, you know what? No one can tell you you're wrong. This is you just creating and throwing lines out there. And it's kind of like being a concept artist. You just make stuff up, throw it against the wall, see what sticks. That's basically the idea. Okay. All right. So we're going to connect it. Like this. I'm going to draw the little middle line like we did right there. Whatever we drew in the middle there, we're going to go ahead and double it up here. Well, not double it up, but make it, you know. Double down, that's the word I was looking for. We're going to double down and do exactly what's supposed to be there. And the rest, again, we're just kind of making up. So, okay, and there's, again, I drew some wires and things there, but you can't really see them because of the angle. So we'll just kind of play around like this. Like they're back behind, you know, you can't tell where they're coming from, why they're there, or who they came to see, you know. Alright, so now we're going to do this one, just add an angle too. Again, something like this, just following the sketch idea that we had. And we're pretty much drawing the same thing, because it's almost the exact same angle, just a little bit more extreme, just out, you know. Okay. Let's see if I can do that heel again. We'll do this one more stretched out, just to make it different, you know. All right. And again, breaking up that look, that thick and thin. Something like that, just to break it up, you know. Okay, so there you go. I say we take care of the rest with color. So for Sunday Fun Day, that is a racing turtle. So here's my colored version. You can color it however you like. I just thought I'd show you how I decided to color it. If If you'd like to color it like this, you can always pause the video here and use the coloring techniques that I used, or you can just make it your own. Remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw, and we'll meet somewhere in between. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures of how I draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button for new videos.